fourth finger a little weak, inconsistent, or out of tune? In this video, I'm going to give you 11 tips on how you can strengthen your fourth finger. Hi, I'm violinist Kaye. I specialize working with dedicated adult violinists who want to have a sound foundation, impeccable technique, and to play with gorgeous tone. If you are avoiding the fourth finger like a plague, this video is for you. I have helped so many violinists transform their fourth finger to one that is consistent, strong, and they love to vibrate and shift with their fourth finger. The first place to start to help strengthen your fourth finger is to check your posture. A weak fourth finger is a symptom of an unbalanced, unstable left hand. If our left hand is set up properly, the fourth finger is not going to have any issues. You can check out my video on a balanced left hand to get more details on how to set up a left hand. And I also have a video on 3 steps to a healthier fourth finger. So those 2 videos are really great to watch and get more details on how to set up the posture correctly for the left hand. If the left hand is flipping out, the fourth finger has a longer way to stretch. So we do not want the hand to be set up like this. I always tell the violinists I work with, if you see this part of your hand while you're playing, that is a sign that the left hand is not set up right. When you play, watch yourself in the mirror or in the video, you should be seeing the back side of your palm. So the back side of the hand. Okay, so always watch out for that. And then also watch that you're in alignment, the wrist isn't caving in, and it's also not kicking out, because those 2 things will also affect the fourth finger. Okay, so we do ideally want this to be completely straight. So a great test to see if you are set up properly for your fourth finger to have a nice, confident, and stable life is to actually set up with your fourth finger first. Typically, violinists learn with the first finger first or the second. Second is much better than the first, but just to make sure that the hand is not flipping out. And if we play with the fourth finger first, then you're going to be able to understand how the other fingers need to come down. A great test to know if your left hand is actually set up to support the fourth finger is to play your fourth finger first and then come down the scale. If you feel like the other fingers are freaking out, they feel a little strange, then that's just a sign that the left hand is not set up for the fourth finger. So set up your fourth finger first and then discover where the other fingers live. Like I said, you can check out more details on that in the 3 steps to a healthier fourth finger video. Once you've worked out your posture, a great way to work out the fourth finger is to understand its relationship with the other fingers. You can do this exercise in any position. I'm going to demonstrate it in first position. And you want to start it with your fourth finger first, and then play your 1. You can play with your drone with your open A. And you can do this on every single string. While you're doing that, just check that your thumb is relaxed and not tight. Okay, and really feel that distance between the 1 and the 4. And then the next is just to take it to the 4 to the 3. And then 4 to 2. 4 to low 2. Back to 4 to 1. And again, you can do this all with the drone. You can also throw in a high 3 in there, all right? So it just depends on how advanced you want to take it. You can do all the chromatics and even go to a low 1, okay? So that's the test on every single string with that fourth finger, understanding the relationship with the other fingers as well. You may find that the hardest one for you is the 4 to the low 2. That's typically the most difficult interval. And then what I would do is just practice between those 2 notes. Okay, so you can get really used to that distance between the 2 and the 4, or whatever interval it is that's causing an issue with your fourth finger. It's great to play with open strings with a drone so you can hear if you're truly in tune. You want your ear to be super turned on with the fourth finger and know that when it's coming down really accurate and in tune. We want our fourth finger to be curved and on its tip. So I'll show you from this angle how that fourth finger looks nice and curved and on its tip. We don't want him coming down flat or to have a collapsed knuckle at all. You do want it to come down nice and curved and on its tip. A great exercise is also just playing open to 4. Across the instrument there, so you can feel that 4th finger working. Keep in mind that as the 4th finger lifts up and down, that is truly the finger lifting up and down, okay? Not your hand moving that finger, that your finger is moving itself. And I have some great exercises. I've written out 4th finger studies for multiple positions, in 1st position, 3rd position, 2nd position, and 5th position, that have exercises taking you through the different relationships of the other fingers, and it really helps strengthen that 4th finger. So I'll leave a link here in the video that you can check out those 4th finger studies that I wrote. The elbow also helps the 4th finger, so don't forget about the elbow down here. If we need to have an extended 4, you can use your elbow, bring it under the violin to help that 4th finger extend. Okay, so when the 4th finger lands, we talked about a little bit of it lifting up and down. You can practice just without the bow, that motion of lifting up and down. A little hammer time, okay? Thinking of that 4th finger coming down nice and strong. You can even hear it. So that's a great exercise. Another great exercise is good old left hand pizzicato. Okay, so see how the pinky itself is doing the left hand pits. It's not the hand that's moving the finger, but the finger itself is moving. Okay, that's what you want to do to help practice it. Now again, all of these exercises, only do them very little time, because if you spend too much time on the 4th finger, you could do some damage. So limit yourself like maybe 3 to 5 minutes a day on your 4th finger, depending on the level of violinist that you are, how much you've worked your 4th finger. So just be really, really gentle, listen to your body, and stop if you feel anything strange. So I would dedicate maybe 3 minutes a day to 4th finger practice in every single practice session, at least. That's a good starting point. And then if you wanted to build on that after maybe a couple weeks of doing 3 minutes a day and you feel like you're ready to add another minute, go ahead and do so. Start using your 4th finger in pieces. I know that sounds pretty simple, but if you've been avoiding your 4th finger for a long time, it's time to bring it back and incorporate it in your fingering choices while you're playing. Another great way to strengthen the 4th finger is with a shifting exercise. I'm going to show you just as an example, shifting from 1st to 2nd, E to F. E to F sharp. E to G. So that final one is shifting from 1st to 3rd. So you can take this on exercise on every string. You can actually also start from the higher position, shift down, and return to the higher position. Again, only spend a few minutes a day on this exercise and build up from there. If you find that there's something that I did not cover in this video that you really need help with, do schedule in a session with me. I'd be really happy to help you with your 4th finger online via private session on Zoom. All right, I'll see you there. Happy practicing. Ciao.